Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are featuring an absolutely gorgeous watch from the brand Frederique Constant. Now this is their, I think it's Moneta Moonphase, and I saw it and I just thought that looks absolutely superb. I believe there are a few different models available in different dial colours. I think it's a black and a silver, but it was one of those where I just thought it looked superb. It's only later when I got it home that I realised it's actually a quartz model and I didn't actually notice. So there you go, that's what happens when you don't do your research before you pick a watch up. But nonetheless, I thought I'd cover it anyway because I think it is just an absolutely beautiful looking watch. It has just, it's so thin and it just is a gorgeous looking dress watch. You know, it's one of these where, especially with a dress watch, it's not the kind of thing you wear every day. You just want to pick up and go, and being quartz, that's probably a benefit for it. But before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth for allowing me to review this piece. Lots of cool, interesting brands, some you know, some you may not. So if you're in the Kenilworth area, strongly recommend popping into the shop. If you're further afield, well, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description and at the bottom of the page now. Or ask if you do contact them for any reason, please mention the channel. So let's talk sizes. It is a 37mm case size by only 7.9mm thick. The lug to lug on this watch is 41.5 and the strap size is 18mm. Now the dial is absolutely beautiful. It really is just such a gorgeous looking watch. Look at those heavily polished hands with that big chamfer running down the center of them, and then you got those kind of dagger style applied hour markers which just glint off the, you know, they really catch the light and throw it in different directions. I think it looks so good. And then you have this kind of knurled engine turned sort of like inner bezel, which again catches more light and kind of, you know, you see different shadows. The way it plays with the light looks really good. And then you just have a very nice Frederique Constant Geneva written on there, but down here you have the more important subdial, which is the Moonphase. The Moonphase really does look good. Now when I first got this, I thought, well, is there a separate pusher for the actual Moonphase? There isn't. So what's really handy is on their website, you type in the date and it will actually tell you how to set up the Moonphase. So what you have to do, unfortunately, is a manual affair. You pull the crown out. It's not a screw down crown after all, but I do believe it's got 50 meters water resistant, which is amazing for, you know, for this watch. And all you do is cycle it through. So you'll hear a click in a second. If I don't, yeah, let's whiz this round. See if you can hear it, and the dial will move a fraction. Very quiet. I'll put it right next to the mic so you can hear it on this next one, and you can see that the moon has gone round a small fraction. So if I lift it up, just hear it go round, and it's just nice. You know, it's one of those things, do you really need to know the Moonphase? Not really, but it's an elegant complication to have. Let's switch this back round, and there we go. It just looks so good. I think that blue dial looks absolutely superb. Now as we come past that, as you can see, we've got this very nice heavily polished case. The lugs even wrap round quite significantly on this one, so you do end up with it really sitting down on the wrist. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it just fits the wrist. You forget it's there. It's that slim, and yeah, it looks great. The finishing overall is top notch. They're polished all around the center as well. So as we turn this one round, it's all smudgy. It is a real fingerprint magnet, this one. You can see you've got just a nice reflective back on there. Underneath the back is a modified, they say a modified Rowland 706 movement. So the battery life on these is about 5 years in total. Now, contrary to belief, lots of people will tell you that quartz watches are super reliable, and yeah, not reliable, sorry, they, you know, they keep perfect time. But even the spec sheets for this one say it has a -10 to +20 deviation over a month. So, you know, do be aware on that. You know, not all quartz watches are chronometers. Some are, some aren't. But anyway, that's what you get on this watch. I didn't put it on a tester. If I get time to put it on a tester before I actually release a video, I'll put down exactly what this watch is actually doing, just to let you guys know. So overall, it looks great. You get this beautiful blue crocodile style leather strap on there. You've got all the padding on the inside, 2 keepers, 1 fixed, 1 floating, and the logo up the top there. It just looks great. It really is a very cool watch. Anyway, let's put it on the wrist and you've got an idea how it looks. Quick wrist check. I thought, well, it'd be rude not to wear a chronometer myself. Sorry, a quartz model. This one is a chronometer spec though. So this is good for 10 seconds a year. And Bob is gone with the hand heart there. Now my wrist size, I'm used to, obviously I've just took off a 44mm watch and this one is a 37. So my wrist size is 7¼ inches. That works out to about 18.5 centimeters. Now I'm not going to do it up tight because obviously I don't want to mark the leather strap in any way. But as a dress watch, that looks cool. I think it's a really nice watch. I think that having a quartz model as a dress watch, there's a lot to be said for it, because as I say, if you're not the kind of person who wears a suit all the time, so you might find you've got one watch for every day and you keep that one kind of special watch just for when you're wearing a suit or whatever, and in that case a quartz model does make a lot of sense, because you're not going to have to worry about setting the time on it. You can just put it on and go, and that is it. So yeah, who knows? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Is this a kind of watch you would consider as a dress watch? Would you consider this? You know, after all, the retail price is £995 on one of these. I dare say you might be able to get a discount on that, but it would be a kind of, a good watch to keep, set aside for those days when you are wearing a suit, especially if you've got a nice blue suit. This would look superb. But anyway, I'll leave you to it, guys, and most importantly, you'll stay safe. Take care. Bye.